Somewhere in the Nevada desert, a fake town was built to test the end of the world. Mannequins posed like families, white picket fences, a perfect little slice of America, right before the bombs dropped. But what if that nuke didn't just erase life? What if it woke something up? This is Nuketown Zombies, a fan service fever dream turned absolute nightmare. A survival map that punishes you for breathing too long, where perks fall from the sky like divine mercy. Born from one of Call of Duty's most iconic multiplayer maps, this map isn't here to hold your hand or tell you a story. It's here to bury you in it, and whether you're ready or not, the countdown has already hit 0. Nuketown Zombies doesn't ease you in, it launches you into the aftermath. The town has been obliterated. No spawn room, safety net, no slow build-up, just ruins. Broken windows, flickering TVs, and the undead crawling out from nuclear ash. There's no cutscene, no introduction, no Richtofen laughing in your ear. This is pure stripped down chaos, and the story, it's simple, but not empty. This isn't just any old Nuketown. This is set during the events of Moon. The second Richtofen switches souls with Samantha, the world goes to hell. The Earth is bombarded with 115 fused missiles, launched from Griffin Station on the Moon. This is immediate fallout, literally. That red sky, that's the blast wave still hanging in the air. The mannequins, twisted relics of fake lives, and the zombies, they're not the product of a slow outbreak. They're the result of an instant catastrophe. Nuketown Zombies does not give a damn about your comfort. There's no power switch, it's already on, but don't get too excited because none of the perks are available. The system is randomized and timed. Starting from round 3 onward, supply pods fall from the sky, each one containing one random perk or, if you're lucky enough, the Pack-a-Punch machine. You hear the siren, you look up to the sky, and you just pray that it's Jug. You might get Speed Cola before Jug. You might get Pack-a-Punch before Quick Revive. It's a cosmic slot machine, and it never plays fair. That randomness, that's what defines Nuketown's identity. It makes every single run different. You can't memorize a strategy. You adapt or you die. No buildables, no bus, no safe place. Just a 2-story house, a garage, the open yard between them where zombies spawn everywhere, including right behind you. Training in the backyard is risky. Camping upstairs, enjoy getting swarmed. Nuketown Zombies pushes you into making high-risk micro-decisions from the very first round, and that's why people either love it or absolutely hate it. At first glance, this map seems like a gimmick, but if you peel back the layers, you'll find some eerie connective tissue to the main Ether storyline. For starters, if you listen closely, inside the yellow house is a broken television, flickering with transitions from the Moon map. You'll hear audio logs and static-laced updates as the rockets are launched. It's all happening simultaneously. You're not just surviving the nukes, you're living through the consequences of Richtofen's plan. There are also subtle ties to Broken Arrow, the government group that experimented with Element 115. Their fingerprints are all over this testing site. The mannequins themselves feel almost possessed. They're positioned like they're watching you. Turn your back long enough, and you really start to wonder if they're moving. It's storytelling through environmental decay. No dialogue, no crew banter, just a scorched American dream, falling apart in silence. So how do you actually survive a map that actively hates you? Here's the secret: controlled chaos. Spawn in, get to the yellow house backyard. That's your safest pseudo training spot. It's not perfect. Zombies spawn from the ground, the fences, even the rooftops. Use the M14 or the B23R early on. Conserve your points and hit the mystery box. This spawns randomly in one of 2 locations, and this box is your lifeline, more than ever on this map. The key moment, when Jug drops. The instant you hear the 115 crate siren, drop everything. Listen, look to the skies, and if it's Jug, you go full send to get this perk, no matter where it lands. Once you've got Jug and a decent gun, you can start looping between the houses or holding out at the top of the yellow house. But be warned, the high rounds get intense, fast. Nuketown Zombies rewards quick reactions, improvisation and calculated risk. It's not about stacking equipment, it's about managing disasters. Let's be honest, Nuketown Zombies is divisive. Some call it shallow, others call it underrated, but everybody remembers this map, and that's because it's raw. It's one of the few maps in Zombies history that feels mean on purpose. It weaponizes RNG, it forces you to fight your instincts, and it builds the tension from the one thing players hate the most, not knowing what comes next. There's something very poetic about that. Nuketown was always a map about endings, about finality, about what happens when mankind pushes too far. In Zombies, that theme is amplified. The fake neighbourhood becomes a real battleground. The nuke becomes your origin point, and the story becomes a desperate crawl towards survival in a world that has already lost. There's no escape, no teleporter, no satisfying conclusion, just the slow, painful realization that you're not just fighting to win, you're fighting to last a little bit longer. Now this map is very small. It's not tight in a helpful way, it's claustrophobic in a suffocating, unpredictable way. So let's talk about the design. Both houses, the yellow and the blue, offer some kind of verticality. Upstairs you've got windows and tight corners, there's some breathing room, but it's all bait. The second you start camping upstairs, the zombies pour in from every angle, windows behind you, stairs in front of you, even the balcony if you're not watching. And downstairs, forget that, it's a death trap. The backyards offer your only semi-viable training spots. They're never even though. The yellow house yard has the Nuketown sign and a semi-open circuit. You can loop zombies, but you're cutting it very close. Every turn is tight, and every path has a spawn point. You're never more than 3 steps away from a blindside. And then there's the bus, a burned out shell of metal in the centre of the map, useless as cover, perfect for zombies to trap you behind. You might think, oh, this is a good place to throw a monkey bomb. Yeah, until it becomes your coffin. This map doesn't have safe areas, it has places where you might die slower. In a map where perks fall from the sky and Pack-a-Punch could be stuck in limbo until round 18, you only have one constant, the mystery box. It can spawn in one of 2 locations, but it's not easily defendable. So if you get the box in the blue house, congratulations. You now have to fight your way through a staircase chokehold every time you want to spin it. And you better hope that you get something good early on, the Galil, the hammer, or even the ray gun, preferably the Mark II, which was later added to the box in Nuketown with the Vengeance DLC release. But if you pull the war machine or the ballistic knife, that is game over. The lack of wonder weapons really hurts here. No thunder gun, no elemental gear, no traps. The only get out of jail free option is a well-timed nuke spawn. And even then, that might spawn 10 feet outside of your training loop. Nuketown doesn't let you coast along. Even when you've got a good setup, it knows exactly how to tear you down. Here's the real trick of Nuketown. It's not just hard because of the zombies. It's hard because of what it does to your brain. You never feel safe, ever. Even when you have Jug, double tap, Pack-a-Punch and a decent weapon, you're never more than one tight turn away from total disaster. You hear that siren in the sky and your heart rate spikes. You see the glowing blue light from the mystery box in the wrong house, instant dread. The round ends, you reload, and that feeling in your stomach, the one that says this next round might be the last, that never leaves you. Most zombies maps are built around rhythm, setting up your path, build your kit, and fall into the loop. Nuketown doesn't allow any of this. It throws off your timing, it rewires your instincts, and it turns the entire experience into a kind of psychological warfare between you, the map, and your own expectations. Nuketown Zombies doesn't have a main quest. No cutscene, no boss fight, no lore dump. On paper, it's bare bones. In practice, it's something else entirely. Because the truth is, this map stuck. It should have been a thrown away, a bonus survival map just tossed in for fan service. But over time, it became something more. It became a test, a challenge, a rite of passage. You either beat Nuketown or it broke you. Ask anyone who played it during its prime. The name alone still carries that strange mix of nostalgia and fear. It's a map you revisit, not just because it's fun, but because you want revenge. You want that one perfect run, that moment where you beat the odds and outlast the RNG, and when it goes well, when you get Jug early, when you've got the Raygun Mark II in your hands and that red sky behind you, there's nothing like it. Nuketown captures something primal about zombies. The desperation, the claustrophobia, the resourcefulness. It strips away the fluff and leaves you with pure survival. And that's why it has a cult following. That's why people still ask to see it return, unchanged. Not the Black Ops 4 version, not reimagined. This version, scorched, broken, unfair and unforgettable. So, after all of this, why does Nuketown Zombies still matter? It's not the best designed map, it's not the most fair, it doesn't have an iconic wonder weapon or an elaborate storyline to unpack, but what it does have, what it captured, was a feeling. That feeling of complete unpredictability, of the odds being stacked against you from the second you spawn, of clinging to survival when everything around you is falling apart. And maybe that's why it hit so hard, because Nuketown didn't need complexity, it didn't need to guide you, it dropped you in and said, survive or don't, and somehow that was enough. It stripped zombies back to its core elements, tension, claustrophobia, chaos, and then amplified them inside one of the most iconic arenas in gaming history. You weren't saving the world here, you were just trying to hold on to your own heartbeat. And in the end, I think that's exactly what made Nuketown Zombies unforgettable. This map was a if you know, you know. And that's what Nuketown Zombies became, a kind of shared struggle. Everyone who played this map remembered the pain, the run where Juggernog didn't show up until round 18, the time you finally got the raygun and got double swiped a minute later, the endless rounds praying for a 115 crate, holding off with a pistol and pure panic. You'd message your friends, let's do one run on Nuketown, and they'd groan and complain, but they'd join anyway, purely because we all wanted to beat this map, to master it, to prove something to ourselves. Not just that we could survive, but that we could endure the frustration, the chaos, the RNG, and come out on the other side breathing. So, there we have it, Nuketown Zombies. Not the biggest map, or the smartest, or even the most loved, but it's unforgettable. And in Zombies, that's what really matters, because long after the wonder weapons are forgotten, and long after the quests and the radios and the convoluted timelines fade, there will always still be a kid booting up Black Ops 2 Zombies.